On the Palmer is an old man, so that's the whole drink is old.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm with Jerry. Simply lemonade is delicious.
Man, that's that fancy lemonade.
Yeah, you gotta get that jug that just say lemonade with the yellow sticker on it.
Nah, that ain't lemonade. That's like lemon punch.
Exactly. Hey, don't it say on there no lemons will harm in the making of this?
It's just yellow.
Like
These is
yellow,
all chemicals.
yellow. That's what it is.
Yellow hydration.
It's just like that on Sunny D commercial. Yellow stuff.
Nah, like that boy on it. I want that purple stuff. I want that stuff in there. I want that purple stuff in there.
Exactly.
What's good? What's good? What's good? Welcome everybody to another episode of Apartment 4A. Fellas, what's good? JP, Taylor, what's going on?
I'm here. I'm just gonna turn my camera off and may help the broadband.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. You just not in a good spot with some good service, and so might be best just to forego the camera. And you can put a picture up there if you like. I think you click on the little icon and put up an avatar. But if you want everybody to know what you look like, that's cool too. JP, what's been going on?
Man, what's good? Just trying to keep it in between the ditches and keeping it above water. Just rolling. Blessed to be here another week, man.
Yeah.
Ready to bounce it up.
Tan's on vacation still with us. Tan's is the good example. It don't matter if you out of town, you still get on.
Still got to get on, no matter what.
Taylor out there being an adult. He took all the kids with you and everything. Didn't he?
Oh, he did? You took all the kids with you? And now he's gone.
Yeah, that internet connection rough out there. So, and a couple of fellas already texted and said they running a little late. As ironically, we all are doing Vacation Bible School. I just got out of Vacation Bible School, ran straight in for the show. J. Key and Eric said they're running late from Vacation Bible School. Willie said he's running a little behind, so he's coming. So everybody's coming. The door's open. They'll make it in when they get here. So, but as adults, you know, we have things going on just like everybody else, and so. We try to keep everything rolling and consistent with our families and just life. So speaking of life, this is kind of what we're talking about today. Is no one particular topic. We're just talking about as the world turns, all the current events, things that interest us, some things that just just kind of pop up at us from time to time and affects us in one way or another. Now, I mean, some of the things we may talk about today could be current events. Some could be, entertainment tonight, and we'll just kind of see how it gonna go. So, with that being said, we don't have anything to talk about our good old Southern Miss Golden Eagles since they out the tournament. Ole Miss is playing well. I will support them since they from Mississippi. I ain't got to like it, but I still support them. But they're playing well. They're basically the favorites right now. So, I mean, what do you say?
I don't know. You see, it's that gray line. You know what I mean? You really have it ain't from Mississippi, but it is still Ole Miss. So I don't know if we got some hotty people watching. It's it's kind of hard to bite the pill and still cheer for Ole Miss. But I know they were losing to Arkansas. You got an update on the score, Rod?
I haven't looked at it today. I know they were playing. I'll get us an update and see what they were doing today. They tend to rally sometimes. Let's see now.
It should be over with.
Is it over? Hold on. I'm gonna give you a live score here in a second.
Yeah, because last time I checked, they was and let me retract my statement.
Because Ole Miss just defeated Arkansas 13-5.
No way. That means they had a crazy 8th and a crazy 9th.
Oh, maybe no, that was Monday. That was Monday.
Oh, okay.
That was Monday. So Wednesday. Nobody want to give me the score. They talking about. Well, we'll come back to Ole Miss. We'll find. No, we ain't gonna spend too much time on that. Oh, right now it's 3-1. It's the bottom of the ninth, and it's 3-1.
Arkansas winning.
Arkansas winning 3-1.
Yeah. Well, let me retract my statement. I need to apologize for what comments I just made because I try to stay biased. I don't necessarily have to say I have a favorite or root against anybody because if any one of my players or kids go to that school or institution, I still will root for them. And, so I be on Oxford campus a lot. Beautiful campus. Probably the third best campus in the state of Mississippi, or at least, at the most, So
the coach right there, Coach Cole had to make sure he don't want to stop none of his kids from getting no scholarship. Taylor says he's here with us. The internet is not strong to go live, so he's just gonna run us in the chats and stuff. So that's cool. Glad you're still there. See, even look at Terrence. Even when the internet ain't working correctly, he's still part of the show. On time, ready to go.
Oh yeah, Terrence the MVP. I would have. That'd have been tough.
Speaking of MVP, we might as well get all our sports talk out the way before everybody get here. Steph Curry won the MVP of the NBA Finals last week. The Golden State Warriors defeated the Boston Celtics in 6. Here's the question: is Steph Curry top 10 all time?
See, I'm not a big fan of that. It's hard for me to justify Curry being top 10 because even though he did change the game, that's what makes him so unique, his game. But I don't. If I had to pick a team of two teams, and he fall in that top 10, I don't think he's in that top 10. I just don't see it. And it ain't because of his ability. It just goes back to if you picking a team, if you got a chance to pick a dream team of 10 of the best players of the world, Curry's not going to be in that top 10. Not off of if you're going out there to compete, but off of pure ability. He's in the top 3 or 5 in 3-point shooting, I say. I still like Ray Allen over him. Man.
Steph Curry has officially become the best shooter in the NBA all time. Just pure shot because he hit them open or not.
True.
As good as Ray Allen was, he wasn't as prolific as Steph Curry. I mean, Steph Curry, as soon as he crossed half court, he opened.
He's a threat. He's a threat. You're right.
You're like, what you gonna do? You gotta pick him up half court, and that's kind of the thing. Steph, his position by title is point guard, but he played more like a shooting guard. He doing so much, man. So I like Steph. What up to everybody on there? I think somebody just said what up. What's up? Appreciate you watching us today. Right now, we're talking about the NBA Finals and Steph Curry. I think Steph, I don't know if I can say top 10. If he's not top 10, he most definitely top 12. Because can I name 10 players that you could argue to put him up above? I can. But if he in the top 10, am I upset? I'm not at all. Because he
True. I mean, but like I will say that Curry he changed the game big time. Like you said, as soon as he step across the court, he's literally wide open. Nobody's like that. And if you try to face guard him from the front, fast enough to get you with the backdoor stuff. So like you said, it's just hard for me to put him top 10 because I think I know for a fact he's top 15, but just top 10, that's tough. It's 75 years.
Hey,
We got to.
we talking, yeah. So Facebook users, I'm not sure who your name is. If you want to put your name in the comments, we'll get you a shout out. But he said I can include here in the top 10 in the last 40 years. But once you get into those guys from the 6 to the 7, then it's hard to crack the top 10. And I get it. You know, my only thing with the 6s and 7s, I have taken nothing away from them. I just didn't see them play. I'm just going by what people tell me. You know, and I'm not saying that they wasn't great. You know, I'm sure they were. I can just go by what I saw, and for me, that's what it is. But for sure, he changed the game of shooting. So,
and see, also you look at them guys back in the 60s, 70s, 80s. I will say now, the era we live in now, these guys are becoming more skilled or trained assassins on specific things. Back then, you know, we was slow ball, bag you down, and take a high percentage shot. Now we letting these guys play to their athletic ability. So the game has definitely changed, and comparing Curry to somebody back in the 50s and 60s, it'll be tough. Just because of how he revolutionized the game. I mean, you know, kids now, they're not trying to shoot the fadeaway. They shooting the 3 ball. And
that's why I could put him in the top 10. And the Facebook user, that's Quincy. So shout out to my Quincy. Appreciate you joining us. He said he changed the game for a shooting perspective, but basketball is more than just shooting. And so my thing is, yes, basketball is more than just shooting, but if you think about, and I'm not trying to compare him to Jordan, but if you think about when Jordan became his airness, all everybody wanted to do was dunk. I got to dunk like Jordan, stick my tongue out. I got to be able to do the little post fade, hold the hand up, you know, the palm. You want to do like Jordan. And so Steph Curry, if you really think about it, he had that same effect on basketball. You go to a gym today, everybody doing is shooting threes. Ain't no post game. Ain't nobody trying to shake you. They just trying to run around, shoot the three. And he completely changed the aspect of the game. And Quincy say Jordan was all defense every year, though. Yeah, and I'm not saying most definitely not saying Steph Curry is Jordan. He most definitely ain't there. I could put him in the top 10, but Jordan at the top, Steph Curry in the bottom 10. He ain't there with Jordan. But yeah, so keep going with the sports. As the world turns, we're talking about just things that go on, all current events. We're gonna run over to Mr. Deshaun Watson and the soap opera of his life. Maybe you being a football coach, head coach, will Deshaun Watson play football again?
Oh yeah, he gonna play. The question is, how many games will he play? I don't think they're gonna suspend him for the whole season, just because of what happened. But today or yesterday, 20 out of 24 have already taken a settlement. So, but I will say this about the how the NFL doing it now. They with this new arbitrator. Yeah, I know. With this new arbitrator, they have somebody now that's gonna sit in the middle. So the NFL got to present his case, and the arbitrator, and then the Deshaun Watson team gonna present his case. And now somebody that have no relationship to the guidance of football will make a ruling. So they might even throw this stuff out depending on, you know, the evidence brought against Deshaun Watson. But he gonna play because I don't think the Cleveland Browns would have made that move and gave up all that money and sabotaged them if they didn't think he was gonna play. My bad.
Well, Quincy say you think he might get suspended for about 10 games. And I think he most definitely gonna get suspended because settlements are basically some form of, you know, admitting. You basically, just trying to. I know you're just trying to get them off your back, but at the same time, you basically saying, "Hey, there was some sexual contact between me and these women." I'm sorry, it's hard, man. 24 different women all accuse you of the same thing. Like, dude, I mean, I know you wanted a massage, but my goodness, an expensive massage. I mean, you could have got happy ending from the. Yeah, if Quincy made a good point, Cleveland will be looking really stupid if Watson gets banned for some crazy suspension for a year or two. Oh man, they would all that money down the drain because it's guaranteed too.
Guaranteed.
Yep. Tan said he think about 4 to 8 games.
Hey, I'm thinking that I don't think they're gonna throw the book at him because, like you said, Cleveland had to have some type of information. That's a lot of guaranteed money to get somebody that probably ain't gonna play for 2 years.
Yeah,
I don't see it, or at least
So for those watching who may not know who Deshaun Watson is, Deshaun Watson is a quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. He was playing for the Houston Texans, but he's been accused by 24 different women of inappropriate sexual act or content or whatever, and he's starting to settle most of those cases. But with the word of the day, my thing is with him, you should have known better. I mean, the way cancel culture is going out, the way all these people are getting in trouble for stuff they done 30 years ago. And I'm not saying that what they did 30 years ago was right. If it's wrong, it's wrong. But, you got people getting in trouble for stuff they did years ago, and you're going to try some stuff today. You got to be one brave little joker, boy. You could tell he had the right people following him, helping him.
Right. And look, Rod, you said something too. These 24 counts. You ain't just doing it 1 or 2 times.
Yeah.
You got 24 people coming at you saying.
You know what I'm saying? You got a problem. You need to go talk to somebody. Taylor say he thought he was untouchable. He did. Quit say Jacoby Brissett would be the starter on somebody's fantasy team this season because of this mess. You're right. all this stuff will, and it's terrible because Cleveland, they got Watson, he in all this trouble. Then they fighting with Baker Mayfield. I mean, they don't even have a quarterback right now. They don't know what they're going to have.
Right.
It's terrible.
Terrible is a compliment. But I will say that there is some Cleveland Brown stuff to go out and sell the barn for something that they may not know. They might not have no information. They might be just playing on fear, luck, and guts, but I wouldn't have gave that much for them right now because it's still too cloudy. Like you said, it's how society going and how we are right now, man. Like you said, they getting people back. They got the Jello man.
Yeah. Yep, they did. They got him. It was too much pudding for his liking. So to move over to one of the more serious topics, and again, thank everybody for taking some time to watch us. We're live. The other fellows are coming in. There's America. Unfortunately, one of the things that we have in the world become known for is our mass shooting. We've had more and more mass shootings, especially these last couple of years, than we like to know. I think our, compared to the next country, we might be 50 to 60% higher on mass shootings than any other country. What do we need to do as a country, or what can we do as just dads to help somebody or stop somebody or convince the world to, put your hands up? I mean, I don't know. Can we box instead of shooting people? I mean, what do we got to do
Nah,
to put these guns down?
nah, they don't do no boxing no more. It's like one. But I mean, I know I just jumped in here. I guess from a father's perspective, I think the first thing we need to do, and I know one of the things that wasn't really taught when I was coming up is you have to teach your kids not to be afraid of guns. We're talking about guns, right? Yeah. Teach kids not. You don't have to be afraid of guns. Teach them the proper way to use guns. Teach them about the safety and everything. I think that's one way that we start. I know, especially in our culture and in our community. But outside of it, man, it's gonna take a lot because my whole thing. They can put a ban on the ARs. They can put a ban on certain type of guns. But what's stopping somebody still from, going out? You got the black market, the black web. You got everything. Try to get what you want. Of course, they get caught with it, then you're going to jail. But by the time they get caught, it might be too late. So, it's a tough one, bro. It's a tough.
It's wild, man. People are just going to guns for no reason at all, man. You got people out here shooting up people at church, shooting up schools, walking down stores, shooting people because they, black or whatever. Mm-hmm. I mean, we got to do something different. It just ain't working. I don't have a plan. I mean, right now I'm trying to figure it out just like everybody else.
Right.
It's just, and I agree. I think gun safety and, gun fear, stuff like that has to be addressed at everybody's home. You should at least teach your kids what they are, how to be safe around them, understanding that they're not toys. It's not something you flash and play with. It's a serious tool when used correctly. But man, I mean, these people out here, and I don't want to give everybody that excuse of, well, man, they all got mental issues. That ain't the case.
Nah.
It's deeper than that.
Right. Because a lot of like the guy up in what was that, Buffalo, New York, the guy that went to the grocery store.
Yeah.
And they tried. I mean, he had enough sense to get in his car and drive 3+ hours. He had enough sense to know how to use his weapon. He had enough sense to stop before he shot a person of his similar color. So yeah, that whole mental illness thing, like it's always the go-to,
Yeah.
Like let's use that. And they always ask the question, well, what was wrong with him? It's always got to be something was wrong with them in order for them to do this heinous act, Like, come on, bro. Some people it's some real live evil people in this world,
Yep. JP, Terrence, Jonathan, what do y'all think? What can Americans do to change this world with this mass shooting and gun violence?
I think it's a heart thing.
Go ahead.
You good? I think it's a heart thing. I think we the evil in people's heart, and it's an expression of what's in their heart.
Yeah. I mean, it most definitely is some type of evil spirit or something.
You care about people.
It ain't. Yeah. JP, what would you say?
Well, honestly, I really think it's deeper than just controlling guns. I mean, just guns and the rights to carry and stuff like that. I think we as a society just getting too soft on just allowing everybody to have rights and opinions. And I'm gonna be honest with you, we gotta make an example. I mean, if people gonna continue to do it, I would continue to put my hand on fire until I really feel like it burns. And when it burns good enough, I guarantee I won't do it, or the person beside me won't do it. Right now, people aren't afraid of anything. People aren't even afraid of dying anymore. And they think this is something just to do. And I just think we as a society becoming lax on a lot of rules and regulations, and we're allowing people to have too many rights. I mean, not too many rights, but you know, mhm. That's just my opinion.
Okay. What does anybody say about that? People are not. I wouldn't say they're having too many rights, but they getting a pass too often. We letting
Yes,
folks,
yes.
you know, you can. I no big deal. You know, it is what it is. We'll move on or we'll get better. Go ahead, Jonathan.
But it's really, if you say they get too many rights, it really ain't nothing we can do for a lot of these mass shootings because they kill themselves. So it's really nothing we can do. We can't punish them because they already kill themselves. So a lot of times we stuck with nothing we can do until the next one come along.
Yeah, I wonder, but yeah, you're right. We can't do. It's hard to make an example out of the shooter, especially if he killed himself or she killed herself in the act. But you know, we got to do something to at least discourage people from wanting to do this. It's like, you know, people get so angry or so whatever that hey, I'm gonna go shoot up a school. I mean, this boy shot up a elementary school. He shot up folks that couldn't even defend themselves. Like this is ridiculous.
I mean, in those cases, it's hard to say, you know, what can we do? I mean, it really goes back to who's in the house with that person, what's going on. Are they encouraging it? Are they looking for the signs? Do they see what's going on? A lot of times, you know, when a lot of these people do this, you don't hear a lot from any close friends or anything like that. And you know, it really boils down to the people that's around these people, you know, to kind of see like the recent one with the elementary school in Texas. I think they talked to the uncle. I think they talked to the dad. They talked to a lot of his family members, and they was someone saying they didn't see any signs, they didn't notice anything, this and that, and then bam. But I'm like, you know, it's got to be something, you know. Especially him. Then he shot his grandma or his mom.
Something
Then he
like
went to
that.
school.
Grandma.
Yeah, shot his grandma. Then he went to school. And I'm like, it's a lot though, bro. It's it's a tough situation to manage as far as I think on a bigger scale. I think you have to break it down to household connections, friendships who are around certain people, you know, to see what's going on in these people's lives. Because I mean, on an everyday basis, you might have saw that guy and you might have thought he was just okay, you know, and then bam, he go shoot up the school.
Well, and you know, it's you can say like you said, they making too many guns and to regulate the guns. Everybody got access to a gun, but it was like what Terrence said earlier. All of this stuff in people is in people's heart, and this is what they want to do. But, you know, they want to be the people that's in the media. You know, you can come from, like you said, the boy, well, the young man in Texas that killed those little kids. You know, they said he put it on Facebook and said all that type of stuff. Talking about, you know, that's what he gonna do for a birthday or whatever. But you know, I still think we just too lax, man. We too lax on a lot of things.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It goes back to school too. You know, everybody. If I stand out and stand against something, I'm getting a hand clap of praise, even though I'm wrong. It's a right way and wrong way to do stuff, but you know,
Like Terrence saying here, the kid in Texas got kicked out of school last year and was labeled a possible school shooter. And I just don't think people taking this stuff serious, man. You know,
Yeah,
like you said, they like that pass is people like that when he's labeled. They told them that hey, this guy's somebody we need to be looking at, and
right.
yet still nobody followed or cared to keep up with the guy and see what was going on. So gotta do better. He said in 10 days before the shooting, he said on social media 10 days ago there will be I see that was a sign right there. And that's the thing. We sometimes we just I think people feel like, well, not in my neighborhood, it didn't never happen here. Then it's the next spot.
Right.
But I'm trying to, I don't like to put things in the black and white thing, but most of these shooters ain't us.
I mean,
Just,
I feel you, not to say black and white, but you're right. There's not been a lot of African American mass shooters.
I only
And
remember the one that was shooting from the trunk and at the gas station and all that. That's the only black shooter I remember. Now, it
Oh, you
could be a lot
talking about
more.
DC?
It could be a lot more, but that's the only one I can remember right now.
now Quincy makes a very good point. They took e-cigarettes seriously. They banned them, but guns make too much money, and so you're right.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. It's hard because no politician wants to. Well, you got some that's gonna speak out here, but a lot of them, they don't want to give you no yes or no answer. They want to straddle that fence, keep those votes, keep
Yep.
that seat. And it even seems like, and I know some of these situations has happened in or around some of their neighborhoods, things like this, and it still seems like they don't. They keep the same views about it.
And so here's something that I was listening to somebody on TikTok, and he was saying, it might have been Facebook, I don't remember, but he was saying that one of the issues, especially the one with the shooting at the school, was the security or whatnot wasn't there. There was nobody storming the building. It was, everything was just too relaxed. There wasn't a timely reaction for it. And he was saying there's a lot of military veterans that don't have jobs. They're looking for jobs. And there's a lot of schools here in the United States, and you can employ these military veterans who are already trained to serve and protect, already trained in gunfire to serve as a on-site security person. They more than likely will lay their life down for the child, because it's not like they're trying to save their country or save adults. They talking about protecting children. And if you really think about it, I mean, you'll do some crazy stuff to help a child. Maybe we should be looking at some of that. Why not use some of those displaced veterans as security guards? The training will be minimal because they already have some training. Of course, there have to be some counseling or whatever, to make sure that they're stable and able to do that as well. But just an idea.
That might be better than arming the teachers.
Yeah,
I just don't trust arming a lot of the teachers because I'm just saying, we got some bad kids, and sometimes they might seem like the answers just bring it out and try something else. I don't believe in arming the teachers. I don't think we should do that.
Quincy asked a good question: who's gonna pay the vets? They don't pay the teachers, which is true, but they still have even for those vets, they still have programs and things for those vets that basically are free federal programs that allow them to get free services. And some of those funds can kind of be maneuvered around a little bit instead of just letting them stay at home. You kind of give them something to do, with that money. But you're right. And even that, for me, this is just my opinion. I'm working in administration for the schools. They got the money. The state got the money for this, man. They just refuse to give it to the teachers. They gonna refuse to give it to the vets. They got the money. If when it come down to it, you spend money on safety.
But see, it goes back to why we live in a greedy world. We live in a world that what have you done for me? And they would rather spend so much money. I mean, you look at what we got with the private schools, charter schools. They're trying to implement in America, in Mississippi right now. We don't even have the population for charter school to private schools. But yet we still want to continue to bank on this state testing, pay all this extra money for state testing. And when we get to college, you're not using anything with the state test. And everything that they use is ACT. But if it's okay for the private schools then with ACC, why it's not okay for public school? Because it goes back to who getting their package grease off the state tip. You see, so until we as people start running for office and putting our foot down on certain situations, on certain stands like that, man, we always gonna be in danger of all these mass shootings. Because like you said earlier, ain't no politician want to touch you. No.
Yeah, that's true. And Quincy asked a good question. He said, "Have they had any mass shootings in private schools?" You know, I can't think of none off the top of my head. You know, and I don't know if because they getting all the money or because they can pay for security. I don't really know what the deal is there, but I can't think of none.
I know one incident.
Was it a private school a few years ago? Was it not a private school? I can't remember what it was. Could be on.
I just can't. I don't know, JP. I mean, JK. I have to kind of look it up and see. I can't recall in the private schools here lately having any mass shootings.
Well, I can give you a quick example of some stuff that happened in private school this year. A kid kind of got into some real bad trouble at a private school in Columbus, and in less than 48 hours, you hear the terms, stuff on the internet don't disappear. He got in some trouble, posted some stuff that was real bad, and in less than 48 hours, it disappeared. And it went on Snapchat. It was just airdropped everywhere. It was on every social media outlet. And when people received it or tried to talk on it, they received instant messages saying, if you speak on this subject, you will be indicted and you will be charged. And this just happened at a private school in Columbus, Mississippi. So money talks. Money has power. And like you said, yeah.
Well, that's a shame because basically we teaching these kids that if you ain't got no money, your safety don't matter.
Yeah.
Your safety, things that happen in your life, it don't matter unless you got the money to back it up. That's cool. Can't say the school you're thinking about was in Florida and it was a public school. It just happened to have a lot of money. So as we transition, we won't go ahead, John.
No, I was talking about Josh Mike. When he muted it, I didn't hear that static I was hearing. It was something else.
Oh.
I really thought I was on.
So as we continue to grow, we talked a little bit about mass shooting. Y'all missed the NBA talk. We may come back to it. Willard or Jonathan might have something on Steph Curry. But as adults, as we continue to get older and we have to kind of stay up to date with things that are going on in life, especially current events. And I know a lot of us don't like to watch the news, but a lot of things come through there. One of the things that the news is talking about big all the time right now, and I ain't talking about the weather, it's these gas prices. Gas prices at an all-time high. They skyrocketing. What do y'all think about the gas prices and why they're going up?
I just put my truck in the headlight and then go off. That's what I was saying.
Gas prices going up. Not finna stop no time soon, in my opinion.
I think Trump had an agreement with the folks that if he lose, they take gas prices real low so he can come back in. But just me, he a businessman. I feel like he had an agreement with the gas people. With all people inside.
And so the thing is, I think a lot of people are blaming, the president, his office for the gas prices. But I don't know if people realize that the federal tax on gas is lower, is less than it was 5 years ago. It ain't really the folks at the White House. It's our local government taxing the gas. They're making the gas prices go up, and nobody knows it.
And see, gas now has become a true deal. You have to budget it in with your everyday life. Because man, I'm telling you, one point during the school year, I was filling up probably twice a week. You know, like you said, that becomes a deal. But yeah, like you said, the local government and everybody, they tax me pretty good. And,
Yeah, they trying to get that pandemic money back, man.
that's it.
I'm telling you.
That's what
Yeah.
somebody said.
That's what it is, bro. Think about it. You had the pandemic, two solid years. A lot of folks were working from home. A lot of people was, wasn't a whole lot of gas buying, wasn't a lot of buying of a lot of stuff. So that's why, like now, I feel like you got gas, groceries, you got inflation on a lot of stuff going on right now because it's that time. I mean, outside is slowly opening back up, and they see the opportunity. And that gas creeping up, them groceries creeping up, man. Shoot, bills, the sun creeping up. It ain't slowing down in Mississippi.
It's hot as crap, man.
Woo, bro.
I saw one of the guys at church
on
came in
inflation
today.
too.
One of the guys at church came in today. He said, "Tell Jesus whatever he cooking outside that is done. He can cut the oven
Man.
off."
It's done. It's over done, bro.
It's hot, man. But
Yeah.
I was listening to somebody. They were saying that basically this is the new norm. They don't expect gas prices to truly go back down. We basically gonna be somewhere around the 425 to 480 price range, kind of moving forward.
Who said this?
That's crazy, man.
Huh?
Who said this? You need to slap whoever said that. That's what I'm saying. Whoever said this, they
That
need
man,
to come see me because if they ain't gonna give us no more money, then they don't be going up on gas.
So
Ain't
here's
no-
a question. Here's a question. Every time gas go up, think about if you remember how much gas was when you was a senior in high school.
93 cents.
Well,
I didn't care how much it was when I was saying high
Well,
school. 'Cause I didn't care. I was gonna put $10 in no matter what.
You
Whatever.
still doing that?
I'm still doing it. So I didn't really care how much it was. I don't even remember how much it was. That was 20 years ago.
High
So-
school, I gave about $1, about $1 or so.
yeah, I think I
Not
remember being like $1.25.
No, that what was it didn't get to $1 till we got to college in high school.
You gotta
It was
remember-
$1.
you gotta remember-
Past
It was
$1.
$1
You got-
before that.
You got to
$1
remember,
before we got to college.
Rod gave a whole lot cheaper when he was in high school.
Jonathan, gas was you.
Rod, you was in high school what? In the 80s? Gas was like 99 cents.
When you was in high school, y'all were riding horses.
But I did see somebody posted on Instagram. It was somebody, but they was comparing. They was saying they put up a picture of the cost of gas in 1970 was like 50 to 60 cents a gallon, and they showed the increase from like 1960 to 1970 to the 90s. It was like a 30-cent increase to now we going $2-3 increases. It's like,
I mean, but if
It's
you look
crazy.
at it, that's kind of the trend. They have basically been doubling, almost tripling it. Well, I say doubling it every time it go up. So it went down. It was like 60, 70 cents, and they doubled it. Because when it started going up towards $1, it got up to about $1.40, $1.50, and it kind of leveled off. And then they next jumped up was $3. And now we almost in Mississippi we almost
Mississippi.
5 other places
Yeah.
they
They
over
been
5.
California by 7, 8.
And so here's the thing. Here's the question on gas. We all adults. We all have cars. Most of us got multiple cars, and we all tell that lie. We've been saying it for years. Oh, when gas get $3, when gas get $4, gas about to be $5. When you gonna stop buying gas?
Can't.
I'm sticking with my $10.
Let me tell you,
Because
Quincy.
one thing that ain't
You
gonna
spend
happen to me-
you spend a lot of $10. I know
Listen,
that.
one thing ain't gonna happen.
Quincy say
I'm
$10
not gonna-
in the empty tank won't even get your car out the gas station.
It
parking
got
lot.
me to the house. That's what I needed to go. to the house. Now, one thing ain't gonna work. I ain't gonna just go fill up and then I die, and then all my folks just ride out my gas. That ain't gonna work like that. I tell you what, when I die, they ain't gonna be able to go nowhere but to the gas station, put some more gas in there, and let's ride that.
That's all, bro. That's all backward. That's all bad.
Jonathan, when we get off the call, you send me your Social Security. I'm gonna take a plan out on you. I ain't gonna be
right now. We're gonna go half on this.
All your family calling. Hey, he ain't leave us nothing but a quarter tank of gas.
You want empty a quarter tank?
Ain't gonna be
it might be 33 miles to empty.
Terrible.
Quincy said decades ago, used to be the same price. Gas used to be the same price all week. The price on Monday was the price on Friday. Then we got the digital signs. You're right.
That gas, that price on that digital sign will change in a matter of seconds. Right.
They be out there with their phone.
You be right. Okay. Yeah, you be like, okay, I'm gonna come back to that place. It's cheap. Shoot, come back. It's higher than the places it left.
That's the thing. Are we ever gonna get to the point where gas is too much? I mean,
what they doing? Then the thing is, gas so high, they gonna push the electric car. Now you're gonna be like, I need to go get me an electric car because I don't want to spend all this money on gas.
America,
know what's gonna happen then, right?
But America, we not equipped for electric cars.
I know.
We not equipped for electric car. You get too many people doing stuff in your neighborhood to shut the whole neighborhood down. It get too hot in Mississippi, the power go out. We can't charge no car.
Gotta have a backup battery.
You know they finna start. I heard this year at the National Bus Conference. I know y'all don't care about school buses, but the bus conference that they have in Jackson, that they are presenting electric buses. Now, how that's gonna work, I don't know, but that's what they're pushing now, electric buses.
I mean, that's the big push for most vehicles in the future. They want to push that electric. That's the.
But can you imagine a school bus being electric and then somebody forget to plug up the bus?
Or somebody fired me.
The bus plug too.
Electric school bus will mess up everybody. I used to catch the bus because I could hear it come down the street. I can't hear the bus coming down. Everybody gonna use the bus.
Hey, that bus sound ain't gonna change. It's gonna still be the same.
I don't know. The electric makes stuff go.
You know what I'm saying? The bus gonna come by. I ain't know the bus outside.
They gonna have them same tires and axles on that thing. You gonna hear that
but
thing.
It's gonna be missing. But the motor ain't gonna be missing no more.
You got a point about that.
So, he'll show you a few things in the comments here. Taylor said that they changed the price on Hill while he was pumping gas. That's messed up. I just had to walk off. Quincy say, when I have to decide between gas or lights, the price has gotten too high. You're right. If I gotta keep my lights on or buy a tank of gas. You know, can we get a stimulus check or maybe everybody should just work from home since gas price so high? We all just work from home.
That's what I'm voting for.
Might have to go back to online church.
Shoot, some places are going back.
Yeah, and the COVID numbers is creeping up right now.
COVID is creeping back up. I think a lot of people thought COVID was gone, but it's still here.
Nah, it's here for the duration, man.
Yeah, I think they're not talking about it much, but they're working on trying to get a shot that can be taken at the same time with the flu shot. So when you go get it, it's like a double dose. You use the COVID flu shot all together. I don't know, but COVID is here to stay. It's not going to be one of those things where COVID's over. It's going to be one of those things where it's COVID season and it's flu season.
Right.
You know, you just got to be careful when you go out there.
Right.
So with these gas prices, it is what it is. One of the things the gas prices does is make us stay at home, hang out with the family, and watch movies at home. You know, you may not travel as much or may not go out as much because gas is so high. I mean, just think about it. If you was going to your local Applebee's. You may think about it, man. I ain't got the gas to go be eating at 2 for $10 or whatever. But us watching Netflix, a lot of things has been going on. One of the things that has happened that is surprising, Monique. We all heard about Monique. Her and Netflix have settled their case. They have not released how much Monique got in the settlement. So what do you guys think? Did Netflix lose? Did Monique win? Did Netflix say, we're tired of this, just take this money and move on? Or was Monique right in telling the truth the whole time and Netflix was trying to undercut her?
Monique just got see happy.
I'll be honest. Number one, Monique is not a very top selling comedian for her to want the money that she wanted. That's number one.
Well,
Number two, Monique wanted us to protest $14.95 Netflix for her to make $500,000. We paying $14.95. We making probably $10 an hour and above, and you want us to protest for you so you can do $500,000 for one show.
She was mad because all they wanted to pay was $500,000. I think they offered Amy Schumer $10 million.
Amy Schumer is doing more than Monique right now.
Amy Schumer, whack, bro. You get that?
She might be whack, but she popular.
Nah, she wasn't. Now, my whole case with Monique. Now, what she did with Netflix, I'm all for that fight because the thing was, she came to the table, they made an offer, but they never went back and negotiated. That's where Netflix went wrong. They didn't negotiate the price. Netflix was just like, nah. But you got evidence of other people she has negotiated prices with, and Amy Schumer. Nah, in my opinion, if you put a Monique special and an Amy Schumer special on Netflix at the same time, I feel Monique gonna do more numbers than Amy Schumer.
She would have done more numbers, but I don't think she's gonna do more numbers now.
Well, I'm just saying, but I'm saying money wise, if you're gonna offer Amy Schumer this and this and that, I mean, I get that. Now
I can't blame it on her manager. If your manager can't fight for you and get you what you need, then that's your management team.
Right. Same thing.
Her manager, her husband, ain't it?
It's her husband. Same thing she just had with DL Hughley. It was a man, and that's the thing that I don't really care for about how Monique goes about it. Now with the Netflix, there's a big company, put it out there, I get it. But like when she has issues with individuals, it almost turns into a personal. She's gonna air it out, in a personal setting, stuff that could be handled, big behind the scenes. Like with DL Hughley, it was a contract issue. It's a contract issue. That's nothing to get on stage and I'm gonna say all this and that. It's a contract. And then when they both put their information out there on social media, it's like it went back to a management issue.
Yeah, the promoter said on both.
Right.
The same thing. Y'all got there.
Yeah. Both y'all got contract. Your contract say you the headline. His contract say he the headline. So it's like
I like the big Monique. Big fat Monique. That's the Monique I like. This little skinny Monique, I don't care for too much because she keep up in drama.
If I may say,
shake your head, JP. I'm just saying.
Fat I may say she the same Monique.
She ain't the same Monique. Y'all think she's the same? She's the same Monique out the Parkers to me.
Quincy got a point here now. Amy Schumer sold out Madison Square Garden twice. Monique can't get Madison Square Garden unless the Knicks ticket.
That's my thought. Amy Schumer got a better following than Monique right now. That's what I feel.
So my thing with the Netflix thing was I understood where Monique was coming from. Not because I think she should have gotten more than Amy Schumer, but I felt like with the stuff that she's done in the past, she should have got a respectable amount. I'm not saying she should have got 10 million because I understand you pay the people that's hot now because that's what people want to come see. Right. But for all the stuff she has done and things she has headline, 500,000, that was kind of a slap in the face.
I think she was lowball.
Yeah.
I just can't fight for somebody making 500,000 to stand on stage for an hour, and I'm making
That's they
$15
business.
an hour. I
Well,
just
you,
I can't fight for you, man.
Well,
well,
do
you
you
need,
write some
Fight
jokes?
for us.
you
Fight
need
for
to
us
get
in
on,
the
get on that
educational field.
stage and tell some jokes, do you, John?
I
Get up
think
there
I'm
and write
pretty
some
good.
jokes.
I think I'm pretty good, but I can't cuss for the Christian.
I mean, you can get up there. We gonna laugh at you just because you got up there.
Definitely gonna laugh.
Man, look at that boy.
Definitely gonna
That's
laugh.
shiny forehead.
Definitely gonna laugh.
I appreciate that, right? My thoughts for you gonna be on the after show.
Terrence ain't his mic ain't working today, so I felt like I would take his place and make sure I put in the Jonathan jokes.
Hey, me and Terrence are friends. Don't bring him up.
Oh y'all, y'all friends today, okay.
We friends.
But so do you feel like it's Monique versus the world, or has Monique brought a lot of this on herself? Because she's
Man.
She brought it all on.
yeah, because she's people with
All
with-
of it.
yeah, with
She getting all the smoke.
Oh, yeah, she be with DL, Netflix,
Steve Harvey,
yeah.
Tyler
What's the other guy?
Tyler Perry, Lee
Tyler
Daniels.
Perry.
The other one, the other
Lee
black guy.
Daniels.
Lee Daniels.
I mean, she beef with everybody. I mean,
Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah,
How you beef with Oprah Winfrey? I don't understand that.
Hey, I would be for Oprah Winfrey. Man. She just walks around like she's the greatest.
I mean, she
Just because she got
Oprah
all
Winfrey is
that
like
money.
it's
the
open.
highest paid black woman in the world, ain't she?
I don't know if she highest paid anymore, but you
She
know,
up there.
I mean, she really is the stuff, JP. She really could walk around like that.
I know it. I'm just talking trash. I mean, she just give out cards for no reason. But yeah, I mean, like you said, how you get mad at Oprah? Oprah don't even get mad at nobody. You know, I don't know. Monique is awful.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting to the point almost like, you know, like the boy that cried wolf.
But see,
every time you turn around, it's an issue with somebody.
But see, my thing is, you can be mad at somebody, but when me and you having a conversation, don't release private stuff. You know what I mean? And like the contract with DL Hughley, who else she got mad with private? She released, I think Steve Harvey private conversation. Somebody like that, you know, I ain't got no respect for that, man.
Yeah. That's the thing I don't like, how she and then with DL, you know, she said all this stuff on stage, and then like a week or two ago, she comes out and she apologizes on stage to his family, his kids, and all. I'm like, but it's what done is done,
right?
Well, especially when you stand up on stage and say his name is DL for a reason.
right?
Like, wow,
Right, and this man, he backstage like, you got a problem.
Yeah.
Oh, he was backstage.
How you come?
Well, I mean, that was the show, you know, and I figured she went, so he still had to go because he was the headliner.
Yeah,
you know, so he was still.
So I'm trying to figure out how did he come on that stage after that?
I mean, he a professional. He came on, did his job.
Like he said in an interview, he said people did not come to hear you fuss on stage about your
contract issue.
I was just trying to figure out why she took off running if she did that talk. Anybody else say why she did that?
You know,
she ran off the stage.
Monique didn't want that smoke.
I didn't even that.
Yeah, she took off, son.
She had to take off because he wasn't gonna hit her, but he gonna probably beat up her husband. So
she was trying to get on backstage.
Let me get on back here so my husband can leave and get out.
Got you.
Couldn't say Monique lives off of success from 20 years ago. That's more than Jerry Jones. He's a Cowboy fan, so he can say
okay.
No,
I'm about to say, I ain't trying to deal with that.
Wait a minute, time out. Just because he's a Cowboy fan doesn't mean he doesn't have the right to acknowledge the truth. Everybody know Cowboys still living off back in 1995 to 6.
All of them are, and the fact that he came on our podcast to announce that he was a Cowboy fan, he should kind of be ashamed.
I posted a video about 2 months ago that said say a phrase that kids today will never understand, and the man was like, "The Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl." So you brought up the Cowboys, and we gonna have to kill them for. You did this to yourself.
Hey, I tell you what, the Cowboy fans are the most self-righteous people in the world.
Can't tell them nothing.
Now, I take up for Quincy. He pretty straight up. You know, when they bad, he say they bad.
I know something bad. I held my tongue. I won't say nothing till back to the end of the season.
Yeah. You
don't worry. Right now they going to the huh? What happened?
Your team when the season starts.
Oh, we good.
Y'all might be. Y'all got rid of y'all coach, or we'll see.
We Super Bowl bound, baby.
Yeah.
Who that? Where is it?
I feel we'll Dallas.
You see it? Who
Dallas
that?
will swing the Bucks by New Orleans to pick y'all up on the way too.
No, son. We ain't that bad.
You trying to promote Bud Light, Willie?
Yeah, I'm trying to get us some sponsors.
That's what I'm talking about.
Bud Light, refreshing.
Bill apartment for it.
Dude, they might hit us up.
One thing that one of our guys, I thought he was gonna be on for this, but I guess Eric ain't gonna make it. But he brought it to our attention. I feel like we talk about this before we go. And because it was just Father's Day, it says CDC report on fathers' involvement proves that Black dads are most involved, and the Pew Research Center reports that the role of the American dad has changed. It says Black fathers are 70% more, were 7% most involved and likely to have bathed, dressed, diapered, or helped their children use the toilet over every day. In comparison to 6% in Hispanic fathers and 6% in white and 45% in Hispanic. I'm sorry. So the report is out. Black fathers are the most involved fathers. They can't label us as deadbeats no more. How did they make you feel, my Black fathers?
I like that lead in. Hey man, I agree with them numbers, but I mean, just like if you talk about roles in households, a lot has changed from back in the day. So it's not just most of the time. It's not just the man working. You don't have a lot of stay-at-home moms. So nowadays, you got to be able to split duties, whether it's work life, home life. So if you truly gonna be there and a family man, you got to be involved in all aspects because it ain't. It's gonna be time. Your wife, your girlfriend, whoever gonna leave, you gonna have them kids to yourself. So you better learn how to take care of them. I know dads got their own ways. We ain't gonna reveal our secrets.
Hey,
but
kids have a ball when it's just kids and dad. They be having a blast.
Let them go. Let them go.
I think it's a good report, man. I think it's about time that, especially when you hear Black fathers coming to a report that is something positive. And so, I'm proud of you guys, man. Way to stay up, way to continue to be in your children alive. It's Father's Day. That's a good way to kind of top off Father's Day, knowing that, hey man, Black guys, we love our kids too. Because the running joke was, your daddy, where he at? That can't be the joke no more. Black daddies, we here. We take care.
You say, when Eric put that out there, I looked at it and I was like, no, that can't be true. That can't be true. But then the more I looked at it and thought about it, you look at guys like us, guys that are younger than us, kids that are younger than us. So the ones that have been going through without a dad, like I think that's why more kids, especially guys, are falling head over heel in relationships at an early age, because they actually, when they actually want to try to do what's right, but and raise their kids. So I can kind of see that, about guys taking over. black males
taking over, shutting it
taking
down.
over.
Yeah, and Quincy, you're right. He said, "I'm guessing this report didn't make the national news show. It most definitely didn't. You know it
No,
did.
you know who control the narrative. No, you know who control that narrative.
It most definitely didn't. But we're gonna make sure, or at least we're gonna try to put it out there because you know that stigma has always been with us for so long, and I think just some positive points about us is always good. Um, so as soon as I find the story where I can actually post it and share it, I will put it out there so everybody can see. But that's the thing. I think a lot of, like JP was saying, I think a lot of dads are like, or a lot of dads now may have been like, hey, my dad was there or my dad wasn't there. So I want to make sure I'm there for my child. I don't want my child to be without, whether they with the parent, whether they with the mom or not. They're trying to be involved in their child lives, and I commend them for it. So great job. Yeah. So
I know one thing about kind of like all of us, I think most of us have in common that we was all with our dads or around our dads, and we didn't have that situation where dad wasn't really in the picture. I know my dad was in the picture until he passed, and so I tried to pass that along to, I tried to be that dad for my daughter, and so even though she was special needs, me and her, we went wherever I needed to go. I load her up, I load her wheelchair up, and we'll go everywhere I need to go, and they have no problem with it. But and a lot of people will come and say, young people don't really take care of their special need kids. They'll give them to somebody else. But I never had that intention on giving my child away to anybody or having anybody else take care of her. And so, if I ever have any more children, I want to be there like I would for my daughter. So I don't think we had any part of that stigmatism around there. And
I agree, man. I agree with you. And you were great with it, Jonathan. I can commend you, man, because you were great. You right. Everywhere I saw you, you sure was dragging her along. She was out. She was out. So shout out to everybody. For any fathers that may be watching. I know we didn't say it last Wednesday. Pastor say don't count the chickens before they hatch. So happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Appreciate all you guys. Keep that thing going. I think that's all we got for right now, man. Anybody got anything else? Anybody got a final thought? Anything they want to bring out?
Yeah, next year, Houston Rockets. We winning the whole thing. Let go.
Right. Mute Willie. Because Willie, I don't know what he's talking about.
Rockets.
Mute him. I don't know.
Back, baby.
You have a good day, because my friend he got a hold of some American marijuana.
Rockets.
He thinking the Rockets. They gonna go to the moon, all right.
He's celebrating the 4th of July early. That's what he doing.
No.
That's what he doing.
Blowing out candles.
We don't celebrate the 4th of July. We celebrate Juneteenth. But I will.
So speaking of Juneteenth, what y'all do with Juneteenth?
I didn't celebrate Juneteenth. I had to work.
Juneteenth. What? Oh, we went to a family and friends picnic on Saturday. We did that for a while, and being out there in that sun took us out for the rest of the day. So we was in the house. We had all intentions to try to get out Sunday, but my wife took me out for Father's Day, so we did that, and that was pretty much it for Juneteenth. I had Monday off, so I was a little lazy. No, I wasn't lazy. I had to go run some errands. I had to go put a car in the shop and come back, do some more stuff.
We had to work on Monday. Hey,
yeah, I had some stuff to do.
Ain't it a coincidence that Juneteenth was on Sunday as Father's Day? It's always something trying to block the Father's Day. I don't understand it.
Oh, was Father's Day trying to block Juneteenth, my brother?
Well, look, Juneteenth is the 19th. So next year, the 19th ain't gonna be on Sunday. It just so happened.
They had Juneteenth ice cream and Juneteenth cakes and all the pies and stuff.
They got Father's Day ice cream.
what the Father's Day pies, what the Father's Day ice cream, and all that stuff.
I said, I was wrong this year. I forgot all about Juneteenth becoming a national holiday, and the boys coming to practice, and we had them working, and so they asked the question, "Why we celebrate Juneteenth?" What are y'all talking about? I had forgot all about Juneteenth being declared. So I had a little shameful moment, but then we came back and explained it. So next year I vow to make sure we be out for Juneteenth, like we'll be out for July the 4th. So
Make that vibe with the public school district and see if they let all of us off.
Well, you did.
Nah.
You did at least say something about Juneteenth, and that's kind of the thing. I took some time to do a little research about it and make sure I was up to date with everything. And I already knew that I wasn't gonna do as much as I had wanted to because it was Father's Day, because we were doing Father's Day dinner. I took my dad out to a movie and everything. So, but you did at least take some time out and at least explain to the kids. But we want to stay on it because we have to fact check ourselves, because if we go back to one of these first episodes, we talked about Juneteenth pretty bad in Black History episodes, so we want to make sure that we're celebrating our Black history, not just in February. But yeah. So that's all we got for tonight. Just an update. Me and JP was talking about it earlier. Arkansas did beat Ole Miss 3-2. So Ole Miss, they got a bounce back. I think they not out, are they?
It's double elimination. This their first loss.
Yeah, it's their first loss. I think they play Arkansas again because they beat Arkansas the first time.
Right.
Winner takes all tomorrow. So let's go Arkansas.
I'm for Ole Miss because they Mississippi team, but I gotta support the state, man. I whenever Mississippi do well, it brings eyes to us all. So state did good. It brought more eyes to see Ole Miss and Southern Miss. So I need Ole Miss to kind of at least get to the ship. They ain't got to win it, but at least get there. So keep them eyes.
But I did think about this. It would be funny. What if state won it last year and then Ole Miss win it this year? There will be some fun stuff.
They tell me last year was a fluke, man. I'm telling y'all, man. Last year they had them 6-year seniors playing.
Hey, they need them back.
But man, I appreciate everybody for taking some time out and watching with us today. As we talked about the current events and things that are going on in our lives, things that interest us. As the world continues to turn, please remember to keep up with things that are going on in your neighborhood, your community, your state, and this nation we call America. As millennials, as we get into our 40s, please don't be afraid to watch the news. I know people say I get tired of it, but that's where all the stuff happens. So take a glance at the news every now and then. And like always, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here. Deuce.
Full